And according to my picture, it is a lot darker than the sky. So I want to be mindful of that. The other thing is I'm going to have to do is I'm also going to have to mask off this beach area. So I have this to mask off, and I have those trees, these clump of trees, and I'm just tearing my tape just to give it more of an organic feel. If it's not perfect, I can clean that up in the detail part of working on my painting. I'm gonna mask this off. There's something called liquid mask, which you can just paint on your areas and then pull it right off. It's like rubber cement, and some artists use rubber cement as well. But because it's less expensive, but I can't stand the smell of rubber cement. And we have all these tricks of using a magic eraser, or using a sponge or a paper towel, or we just have a happy little accident and make it work. All right, going to just put that down in there, put that there. One more little piece in here, and that may be a little too thick. I love Bob Ross. When I was young, I always waited for a new episode to come out. Oh, unfortunately, that kind of ages me. And I used to paint along with Bob when I was young. Kind of how I learned how to paint, except I used acrylic paints instead of oil paints. I didn't like the smell of oil paints. All right, so here we go. So now I need to make a darker color of blue, and I might, I can take creative license here, and I can add a little violet to the water if I wanted to. You can change the colors however you want to do it. I'm just going to take a little bit more of that aqua and mix that in with the blue that we already have, and I'll probably use that. And I also have my paper towel ready to go, because I'm going to use my paper towel to lift some color up and help to make the waves, and then I'll go back in and probably add a little white in there as well to add some ripples. I'm just going to paint this and just go for it. Again, I'm going to use a thicker paintbrush, a wider paintbrush, a flat, but you of course can use a round. So I'm going to dip that in, get that ready to go, and I'm going to pull the color across, and I want to keep it pretty fluid. And then as I'm doing this, I am going to pull it up a little bit and kind of, ooh, it's drying so fast on me. I need to work quicker. I want to have some directional lines happening in there. I don't necessarily like I'm using this cold press paper, or excuse me, hot press, and it doesn't have a tooth like the cold press paper that you guys have. So it's really a little bit harder to get that color to adhere, or to get it to what I want to do, because it just flows. And with the cold press, it has more of a tooth. Now I'm going to take a small round, and I am just going to pull some lines in here like they're waves. And I got a little too, I'll have to water that down a little bit. Getting it to feel like water. And And I know that as I get closer to shore here, it does get lighter. So I want to be mindful of that. I do have a little liquid white there, and I'm going to put in some white spots. The white that you guys have, or you may or may not have, it seems a little yellowy to me. And so I'm just throwing in those white just to add a little more interest. All right, that feels pretty good. I'm gonna do one more kind of wipe up there. I do like the texture that the paper towels give. That looks nice. And I will take my hairdryer to this, and then we'll do the next step. Okay, I've taken the hairdryer to it, and I'm gonna remove some tape. Remember, again, at an angle, gonna remove it. We'll come back to that. Carefully remove this horizon line one. Now I'm gonna have to do some work getting this to blend and some painting in, but that's okay. I think I'm pretty much all done masking. Looks like we did have a little bit of bleeding, but we're just gonna have to make that work. There's the big reveal. Pretty fun to see that. Now it's going to be all about the detail painting. And I will probably use salt in here, putting this down, this brown color, and then throwing some salt in. And then getting in and doing the details of the rest of this, the tree stump and some tree branches. I'll probably use a straw and some, let's see what else. And I'll probably do some flicking, straw in here, salt down here. And when I'm all done, I'll probably flick some green and I'll flick some white in here just to give it that feel of, you know, just a little bit of ocean spray or water spray on there. I may or may not do that. But the rest of this video, you can see me paint it in a time lapse. And so I'm going to end the video here, and you can just continue on working on your own, and at least you have a good understanding of how to approach this. And the rest of this video will just be time lapse of me working on this painting. All right, happy painting, and if you make a mistake, make it work. Happy little accidents. Find the joy in painting, and if you get a chance, maybe watch a Bob Ross video. All right, have a good one. Bye, friends.